right, everyone, welcome back to the Korean Cowboys Podcast.
Yes, and our professional selves have not silenced their phones, so one moment, please. Oh my God.
So unprofessional.
I take this very seriously, ladies and gentlemen. Please don't get misconstrued, you see.
Yes.
How's everybody doing? Let me get a hey-o. That's what I'm talking about.
Full of energy today, aren't we?
Hey, listen, the weather's nice because the weather's been ass for the last couple days.
That's just been raining for like the last 2-3 days. Also, just disclaimer, we have Kkotsoonie in the studio with us right now. She's actually right there eating a treat, so she ends up coming in the camera shot.
Yeah, she's busy.
Yeah, she's busy eating her treat. Hi,
It'll last her a while. Kkotsoonie.
Guts.
Hey, baby.
Hi.
All right, you can go back and eat your treat.
Go ahead. No one's going to steal it, yeah. Anyways, Joel, how has your week been?
Oh, it's been rainy and stuff, but I've still got to work. You know, got to get their bread. So, you know, so I've been trying, you know, driving around. I had to get my car maintenance. You know, there's a lot.
Oh, yeah. You were telling me about that.
So I was driving around, you know, doing my thing, you know, and then the engine oil came up, and I was like, wait a minute, I just changed it like not that long ago. But turns out diesel cars actually tend to use oil a little bit differently than regular cars.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And also, for some reason, the turbocharger, something was wrong with it, like cracked or something, so I had to get that replaced. So yeah, I spent all day yesterday at the service center. Was fun.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for me,
how about
this
you?
week, just ASC as always, and then just editing, I guess, cutting the video for, I guess, today's episode that's going up later in a few hours, right? And then I've been watching a new show called Fallout.
Yeah, it's a video game.
Yeah, it's based on a video game. I've never played the game, but the show's
I have.
A1.
Because I love post-apocalyptic, you know, that whole aesthetic. Like, I really enjoy that. So that's what Last of Us, too. That's post-apocalyptic. And we like that.
Yeah,
you know, like, what was that movie with Will Smith where he went crazy? With his son. Was it with his son in it? No, that was Pursuit of Happiness. What was that movie? I Am Legend.
I Am Legend. Yeah.
See, I like stuff like that. I'm into it. Walking Dead, I was into it. Went on for too long, but...
Oh, yeah, I think it's still going on.
No, it's over now.
Is it over now?
Yeah, I checked.
Do you think you'd survive in a zombie apocalypse?
Hell yeah. I think you're screwed because...
I think, honestly, you'd be like one of the first people to die. I'm not even going to lie.
Why do you think that? I was a Boy Scout. A Weebelo, actually. And then a Boy Scout.
Yeah, like if it came down to it, you know what I mean? Like... I don't think like you'd have like, you know, like...
Says the guy that can't drink anything but bottled water. He's like, I only drink Fiji at my house. And I'm like, hello? What the heck?
I don't drink Fiji. It's too expensive. But what do you mean? If I had to, I would drink like unfiltered water.
Would you know how to unfilter water? Or not unfilter. Would you know how to filter water out of a river?
You could just boil it.
No. You can't if there's like dirt and stuff in it. What you gonna do with the dirt?
I actually did a science project when I was younger where we used like rocks and sand and blah, blah, blah. And you had to like distill the water through like a filtration system. We actually learned how to do that in middle school. So yes, I do know how to do it. Do you?
Yes, I do.
How?
All you got to do is you got to burn a bunch of wood, get some concentrated charcoal, put it at the bottom for a filter.
Exactly, for a
with
filter,
rocks and all that stuff in there. Listen.
When it's basically the same thing.
3 a.m.
Yeah, okay.
But anywho, what were we talking about? What was going on?
Zombie apocalypse.
Zombie apocalypse. Yeah, Aaron's toast.
No.
I wouldn't even eat him. He's so skinny. There's no meat to eat on there.
I would definitely survive. Like I'd be one of like the last survivors, I think.
He thinks he's Superman. I'm really like everything's like, oh, like, you know, if Godzilla attacked, I'd just go and beat him up, or like, you know,
because if it came down to it, like a zombie is coming after me, you know what I mean? Like if I had a machete, like I'd like, you know, like do what I had to do, but I don't think you'd be able to.
No, he would walk up to the zombie, he'd be like, so what? Square up, zombie. What's up? And then he'll like try to beat him up, and then he'll bite his arm, and then I'll be like, listen, if worst comes to worst, I would shoot Aaron if he was a zombie or if he got bit. I'd be like, get away from me.
Yeah, of course.
I love you like a brother, but like,
That's messed up.
It's gonna be the Korean Cowboy Podcast after that, I'll tell you.
Anyways, zombie apocalypse and shit. But yeah, anyways, if you guys haven't watched Fallout yet, go check it out. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And it was raining. Did you eat Makgeolli? Yes, no?
I did not eat Makgeolli, no.
Really? Oh.
Yeah.
I really debated because like the other day it was really raining. I was like, man, but I didn't want to like, you know, go all the way over to your house. So I was like,
Makgeolli sounds so good.
So I was like, should I just like order it or make it at home? Because like, you know, John's really easy. You know, it's basically pancake. Kimchi pancake or like, you know, vegetables in it.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy. I was like, should I do it? But then I got lazy and I just ate.
Is Pochas
Ooh, that is good.
Chives pancakes, so good.
I don't think there's any jeon that I don't like, honestly.
Really? I don't like it when they put seafood in my jeon.
Like himul jeon?
Yeah.
You don't like that?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I like when there's big rings of squid.
Like if I want kimchi jeon, I just want to get kimchi jeon. I don't want like kimchi hemul pajeon. You know what I mean? Like.
Oh, I like that. That's good.
I don't know. That's just me.
I went to a pocha recently.
How was that?
The tent pochas?
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've been to one of them. And
the weather's been okay except the last 2 days. But.
Yeah. But the thing is like a lot of pochas, pochas are like tents. The tent bars, I guess.
Yeah, like
restaurant.
Like red tent bars, yeah.
But they used to have them all over Seoul. But like as the years gone by, they're actually technically, from what I know, illegal to have on the street. But the police kind of just don't.
Oh really?
Look at it, yeah. Like because it's like zoning. You know what I mean?
I mean, I think if you have a license, I think.
I'm not sure how, but I heard that it was actually not. It was like very legally gray area, so a lot of them disappeared with the development in Seoul.
Yeah.
But there are a few places in Seoul that still have them, and I went to one. I was like, hey, listen, this is nice. It's been a while.
Something very like romantic about going to like not romantic.
You see it in dramas.
Yeah. It's like there's something very
romang.
Yeah, romang. You know what I mean? It's like very like I don't even know. Like I don't want to say dreamy, but like you know what I mean? Like it's just. It is
nice. A little dreamy. Kind of.
Oh, I mean,
and then like right outside the tent, there's like people throwing up. And then like if you want to go to the bathroom at a pocha, they just have a small tent with a bucket in it. That's true.
Oh my dude, do you know I went to a pocha like a few weeks ago with a few people, you know them. And I had to use the bathroom, so I was like, "Where's the restroom?" And the lady was like, "Oh, it's like right over there inside that tent." I walk in, it's a bucket.
Yeah, that's why they do it. Because of zoning, they don't have a building that they can actually go to the bathroom in. So they have a bucket.
It was just like a big trash can. I was like, I'm not peeing in a trash can, so I had to like run around and find a building.
I mean, peeing is okay. Listen, here we are again talking about bodily functions. What's wrong with us? But
oh god,
no, that's okay. But if you got to do a doo-doo, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, forget it, because
I was like, oh, and you can't even lock the tent. Like people are like,
I mean, nobody's trying to look. Like, you know what I mean? No one wants to see
like,
that.
The thing is, like, what if you don't know if a person's in there? You know what I mean?
I mean, you
just
knock.
Open, like all of a sudden, you know? Okay, anyways.
Yeah, what are we talking about? Anyway, that's not what we're talking about today. Okay, you know. But, yeah, so basically it rained. We didn't eat pajeon.
We didn't have jeon or makgeolli. But
Aron would die in the apocalypse.
Yeah, no.
Great show, everybody. See you next time. No, I'm just kidding. But, yeah, so today we kind of wanted to, you mentioned romance. Ooh.
Yes.
Are you a romantic guy? Actually, don't even answer that. I know what you're going to say. Wasn't your name like Romantic Guy Aron or something?
I think it could be romantic, yeah.
Was your name Romantic Guy? Wait, why do I feel like you were?
Yeah, I was Romantic Guy Aron.
You got to be kidding me.
And then I was Smart Guy Aron. I mean.
How many names do you have?
I used to go back
Invincible Aron.
Yeah. So, like, I know, like, idols these days, like, usually they'll be like, 안녕하세요, 저는 보컬 누구누구입니다. 안녕하세요, 저는 뭐 메인 댄서. They don't have, like, that corny, like, long time ago, like, 안녕하세요.
Visual lab?
Yeah. Visual lab.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
I don't think they do that so much nowadays.
Oh, it's just
or at all, actually.
Actually, I heard a lot of groups don't even have leaders anymore. Like, it's like...
Really?
Yeah, some groups, like, just don't have a leader. There's just everyone's the leader.
Really? Every group that I've been interviewing, like, for the past few months. Like,
I don't know why I heard that.
Leaders.
I don't know. But
anyways, yeah. It's just yeah.
So you're a romantic guy?
I was a romantic guy. I was a smart guy. Yeah.
I want to throw up.
What do you... Okay, visual lip.
Hey, I mean, it's kind of... Where's the lie, though?
Oh, my God.
Spin facts.
Can you rap for us, bro? Here's a freestyle.
Got the rollie on my arm and I'm pouring Sean down and I rolled the beds with the going on.
Oh, you're so annoying. Anyways, you're talking about romance.
Anyway, yeah, so... we're two old men doing a podcast, so a lot of the Zoomers out here might not agree with us on this, but I mean, what do you think about, like, if you're in a relationship, I feel like, me personally, there's things as a man, right? If I had a girlfriend, I'd be like, this is what I feel like I am obligated to do as a man in a relationship. Nowadays it's all like, oh, we split everything down the middle, like Dutch everything, like, but I'm not like that. Like, what, like, for example?
Yeah, no.
I mean, are you that old-fashioned way of thinking like me? Because I'm very old-fashioned. I'm not even that old, let's be honest. But, like, I have that very, like, that gentleman mentality.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
I think it's, like, a generational thing. Like you said, like, nowadays, not so much. Because, everyone's, equal, blah, blah, blah. We understand that. You know what I mean? But the way that me and Joel are raised is, like, you have to be chivalrous when you're like, you know, courting a woman.
We love like a knight, like, you know, knight in shining armor.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like whether it be, you know, opening the door for your lady, or whether it be paying for the first date. You know what I mean? Those are things that were kind of instilled into me and you, I'm assuming, right? When we were younger. So nowadays, I do think chivalry is important. That is my personal opinion. I do think that there are things that a man has to do in a relationship, you know, for his woman. But I think or man, I mean, it don't matter.
No, but, I meant that like, you woman.
Like no, for his girl or whatever.
For his boo.
Yes, for his boo. But I think nowadays, like, chivalry is dead.
It is definitely. I think a lot. Okay, let me give you a scenario here.
And all I'm gonna say is this.
What?
Because it's gonna be we're gonna go down a real rabbit hole if we get too deep into this. But chivalry is dead, and I think this younger generation of people killed it.
I agree with you.
Yeah, that's my personal opinion, guys.
I mean, listen, I'm sure we'll get eaten alive in the comments, whatever. But you know, like for example, I'm about that. This is my mentality, right? If I have this like this cool ass chick, and you know we kicking it, and like you know I'm like you know we're dating, you know what I mean?
I'm so hood, bro.
So like you know what I mean? Because like you know you get really like you know passionate, you know. But like for example, I don't do this just for like if I had a girlfriend or something, right? Like I always hold the door open for people, always.
Yeah.
No, I really do.
No.
Like I think that's like 인간적으로, like 기본, like something that every person should do in like manners. You know what I mean?
Of course.
But a lot of people don't do that now. Actually, I don't think that many people in Korea do that in general. But
I think in Korea they don't do that. Like
I think it's cultural.
It's a cultural thing in Korea, but in the States, from what I've heard, like men don't really hold the door open for like women anymore.
I always do. So sometimes I feel weird because like you know what I mean? Like I'm holding the door open, but no one ever holds open the door for me. Usually, like it happens, but it's not. As common. I mean, that's something that I learned, for example, like opening the door for someone, especially if you're dating this person or trying to woo, you know, this milady, you know. So like, you know, you go forward a little bit faster and you open the door and you hold the door open and then you enter.
Yeah.
And if there's another door, you let them wait, you go in, open the door for them and let them in.
Of course.
That's to me, the same thing with car doors. I always do that.
Yeah.
Like that would be my thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you like bringing up like the opening door things just reminding me like you remember this a few years ago we were in a group gathering with some friends and me being a nice guy, I'm not trying to court anyone because we're all friends, right? I opened the door for one of our female friends and she goes, "Why are you opening the door for me? Do you think I'm not strong enough to open the door myself?" I'm like, "No, what? I'm just being polite."
I do remember this.
Oh my God.
I don't think I was there. Was I? I don't remember.
I did, but like that really like
that would annoy me. I'd be like, look, it's manners.
Yeah, it's manners. You know what I mean? Like, you want me to just go out first and slam the door in your face? Like, what do you want?
Yeah, like, you should just stand in front of the door and then be like, well, I'm waiting. Hello, you can open the door for me or what?
Yeah, like I was. Just, like,
you want to be petty? Let's get petty.
I was flabbergasted in that moment. I was like,
it's a big word.
Yeah, I was like, Jesus.
But. I mean, but there's some things that like I just know inherently, right? Because you know I'm a gentleman, you know,
right?
Like for example, if you're walking on the sidewalk with your lady, right? You're supposed to walk on the side that's closer to the road.
Of course.
Did you know this?
Yeah.
Why is that?
To keep her protected from traffic. Yes.
And like splashes and stuff like that.
Yes.
Duh. Yeah, and when it comes to like dating culture, right? Listen, okay, I'm not young. Okay, it's not like I've never dated before, but I have this thing where. Say you go out on a date, right? Usually there's like a course. You eat dinner or lunch or whatever, and then you'll maybe go get a cup of coffee or then go for a stroll through the park or whatever, right? And strolling through the park's free, so we don't got to worry about that. But the food and the coffee and the little, you know, cotton candy and like all that stuff.
Right.
For me personally, and this is just the way I think and this is the way I operate, like I'm not comfortable any other way doing this, is that the one thing that is the bigger price, right? So for dinner, for example, dinner will be more expensive than like a dessert or like a cup of coffee or something.
Right.
The bigger priced thing, I, as the man in the relationship, I feel obligated to pay it. That's just how I operate. Like I don't like it any other way. I feel really like it feels very burdensome if I'm making the person that I'm on a date with pay for something bigger. You know what I mean? That's how I feel.
I mean, I agree with you to some degree, but I think let's say like a girl asks me out on a date first, then maybe it could be the opposite where she pays for dinner and I'll pay for the coffee or something after. You know what I mean?
Well, I think it also depends. Like if we're going to like Nobu, you know, like premium sushi where it's like $20 for a piece of sushi and we eat like, you know, plates on plates on plates, that's different.
Yeah.
Like because I would never go and eat something like that unless it was paid for in advance. So if it was that kind of situation, then not to say I'm a sugar baby, but I'm just saying like if it was that kind of situation and I was asked to go there, I certainly wouldn't just be like, girl, you had enough. You know how much one of these is? Like, I'm not going to do that. But like, I wouldn't even show myself there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it really depends on the price of things. Because I live within my means. I'm not a person that goes out and buys useless stuff. Because a lot of people do that. People live paycheck to paycheck or in intense credit card debt. You know, just to live a lifestyle that they can't afford. I am not a person like that. I'm very frugal. Right. I don't spend money unless I absolutely need to. Right. Although I am willing to splurge a little bit if it's like a date or something like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. But
I mean, I think you and I are just born. I honestly think our generation is probably the last generation that grew up with that concept of chivalry and, you know, how to like treat your lady or treat your man, whatever the case
old
may
souls.
Be. Like we're old. We're in the words of this younger generation, we're archaic. Right? We're archaic
old
people.
Boomers.
Yeah, we're boomers. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? Like that's just the way that we were raised. You know what I mean? I see like a lot of the time, like nowadays, it's, you know, everything has to be like down like the line 50-50, blah, blah, blah. But I mean, I agree with that. And sure, like, let's say I took a lady out on a date and she insisted that she wanted to do that. Like, of course, I'd be like, okay, if you really want to go 50-50, I'm down for that. Whatever, cool. But, I mean, if it was up to me, you know, I would feel more comfortable, like, paying for, like, the majority of the things that we did.
No, I'm with you. Like, are you the type of person that's a big, say, if you went on a date, would you plan everything out in advance or would you just be kind of like, oh, let's be spontaneous? What would you, based on your personality, how do you think you would do it?
I think I would like make like just the basic outline. Like we'll get dinner and
then stay in Seoul.
I'll just be like, oh, we'll go to like for dinner. I'd be like, okay, if I were planning a date, let's go to this restaurant, and then after that, let's play it by ear. We can go drinking. We can go to a park. It doesn't matter. That's
how you end up standing around outside for like an hour trying to figure out what to do.
I've always been like spontaneous, where it's like I'm not very good at planning unless I really have to. So yeah, I think I'm very spontaneous on the spot.
I mean, I'm the type of person that like I need to know like a couple days in advance. I'll make all the calls for reservations. I'll like, you know, figure out the route, you know, if it's too far to walk, then like how to get, you know, a cab or even a bus. Cause I don't think there's anything wrong with if you're on a date, take a bus or something like that. If it's really close, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I mean by frugal spending. Like, you know, I mean, if I was super loaded, I'd drive them in my Rolls Royce or I would have my driver drive it, but I don't got that kind of money. So like, you know, we got to take public transportation sometimes, but you know, I'm totally cool with that, you know, like, but everything's got to be planned out in advance. I don't like spontaneity.
You know what I mean? I just don't like having everything planned out because like throughout the course of the day, like my mood might change, what I want to do might change, and me like having to break that like schedule that I like made in advance, I feel kind of like ick about that. So it's like I'd rather just have no plans. Well, not no plans, but I'd rather just have like a very like rough outline of what I'm gonna do, and then like just move from there. If that makes sense.
I mean, yeah, I guess. If it's raining, do you hold the umbrella for your girlfriend or no?
Of course.
Really?
I would, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I would too. I mean,
it's like little things like that, I feel like.
But it's like, there's a big difference. I think some people that I know, some younger people that I know don't do that. They're like, you know, very, I don't want to say selfish because that's not selfish. It's more like, I mean, you know, the girl's got, I mean, let's just like have no arms or something. Then maybe like she can't, then, you know, but like a lot of people just, they're kind of like expecting to take care of themselves first. And then others later. But I'm like, I'm not trying to butter my own biscuit, you know, but like I find myself to be selfless in that regard.
I agree with you. Like, I think like not selfishness, but like just taking priority in oneself first is like a big thing nowadays. And also I think for like the younger generation of males that I've seen, just from what I can tell, it seems like they're a little scared to do something like that for a girl because they don't want to get backlash for it. You know what I mean? Because I feel like there is like...
Why are you holding my umbrella? I got arms.
Exactly. Like me holding a door for a friend and then getting chewed out for it. You know what I mean? Like there is like, I feel like a weird like fear of getting backlash. You know what I mean? So
I'd say like in general, like the societal perception of stuff like that has taken a really weird turn. Because like, for example, when I went back to the States, I asked my grandpa how he met my grandma, and this was in like the 50s or whatever. Yeah. It was a long time ago. And like how he asked her to marry him and all that stuff. And it was like the most chivalrous thing ever. You know what I mean? Like dressed up in a suit, it was like very romantic about it. And like, I feel like nowadays, I mean, it still happens, I'm sure, but I think it's changed so much. Like the way he explained things was something I would watch in a movie. I would never imagine someone would do that now.
Like very romantic.
Yeah, it was very old school. And there's something very, how do you say it? Like.
Romantic.
No, it's very like, Istobuyo, like.
There's something very
fairy tale-ish,
fairy tale-like about it.
Yeah, fairy tale-like about it. And then you imagine someone doing it nowadays, and you're like, ugh, what a weirdo creepo. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you would think that if that happened now. So.
Yeah. I mean, I think chivalry is definitely like, I don't want to say it's completely dead, but I do think it's dying out. We
need to bring it back.
It's like a generational thing. You know what I mean? It's
Aron and Joel will save it. We'll be chivalrous. We're going to try one day.
Yeah. I mean, but...
Wait, hold on. I got something to show y'all.
What? Oh, God, you brought it in earlier. You're so annoying.
Now, let me tell y'all about this right here, okay? Check it out. This book is called Man Up.
Okay? I tell you all the time, Man Up.
The Guy's Ultimate Manual for Living. See, now this basically is 367 classic skills for the modern guy. Now, this is not sponsored. My dad bought me this book. I don't know if he was joking. Maybe he thought I was a little not manly enough. But basically, it tells you how to approach a girl, how to ask a girl out on a date and not seem like a serial killer, and like, all kinds of like, useful skills. And I actually have fun reading this because it's very character building. Like, a lot of people these days don't know how to change a tire on a car. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know how to do that, right?
I haven't done it in like so long.
No, I haven't either, but I mean, I know how to do it. Or how to cook the perfect steak. Now, Aron, for all his shortcomings, I do knows how to cook a steak.
Yeah, of course.
So it's pretty manly, I guess. Or, how to throw a punch. Me and him both know how to do that. Yeah. Believe me. Because you know what? One time we punched each other's fists and there was an earthquake. It was crazy.
Oh my god.
But yeah, basically. So like, this is a good book, you know what I mean? This is, I think, encapsulates many of the traditional values of like, how a man would be expected to live before the huge shift in society's perception of a man. Right. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I mean, check it out if you're interested. Because like, there's a lot of stuff in here that he said like it's very like fairy tale like or romang. Yeah. Like a lot of the stuff in here is like that, and I really enjoy this book. So yeah. I mean, listen, what would you do if there was like a gaggle of like female people and like it was just you and like maybe one other guy and you had to like all survive? You're basically saying you would
me, one other guy, and there was like a bunch of females.
Yeah. and you had to like, I guess, quote unquote, protect them. Would it be like, and there's a bunch of like, stragglers, and you know what I mean? Like it's a very weird situation where like, like there's some people that are weaker and like that kind of thing. You would do your best?
I would do my best.
I would peace out. I'd be like,
but obviously, like,
I ain't dating them.
like I would like protect like my people like to the best of my ability.
Your tribe.
And then let's say like we ran into like an army of zombies where it's like 500 against like 20. I'd be like, peace, y'all.
Okay, so
like I'm not gonna win that situation.
So someone, man or woman, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? So someone fell and they're like, 10 meters away from this giant group of zombies, and like you have the chance to run back and pick this person up and help them survive, but there's a big chance that you might get eaten. What do you do?
Hey, man.
Yeah. This is the way the cookie crumbles, because I knew. Because in that kind of situation, see, a zombie apocalypse is not fair because
like life or death, you know what I mean?
Because you know what I mean? Like, honestly, barring very, 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 very few exceptions, there is no way in hell that I would give my life for anybody else.
Yeah, true.
Like honestly, like, that's just human nature. I'm sorry, like, oh, you wouldn't give your life for like, some cause, and I'm like, hell no, I wouldn't. You must be out of your mind.
Yeah, I don't think I would ever give my life for like a cause, but I do think I would give my life up for like, let's say, a family member or like a close friend or something.
Yeah, I'd be like, I don't know how long they've been alive, because how old are they?
You know what I mean? I mean,
you know what I mean? There's a lot of factors at play. Like if it was like a 1-year-old baby, I'd be like, they have those. Oh, it's the future, and I'm like.
Like, you know,
he's only one.
Like, let's say me and my mom went out to dinner or something, and then we like got caught up in like a gunpoint by someone,
and like drive by,
or this guy like pulled the trigger or something, and like he was trying to shoot my mom. I'd get in the way of the bullet and like protect her.
How fast do you think you are? Like, what do you mean you jump in the way? Like, what?
I mean, you know what I mean? Like, if I saw it coming, obviously, you know what I mean? Like, I would like get in the way, you know, or like, you know, like if a drive-by was happening, I would like, I would just, you know, like.
Oh yeah, no, I would do that.
You know what I mean? Like, I'll do something like that.
You can survive a drive-by.
I mean, depends on where you get hit, but
I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, a lot of the people in drive-bys, they're not professional marksmen, you know.
That's true.
But I mean, I don't know. What are we talking about? This
is off topic, but yes, Chivalry, it is dead.
It's changed a lot. It might be on the way out. Let's try to bring it back. Let's try to bring it back.
Bring it back.
Bring it back. I'm living in Korea too long. Let's try to bring it back. And on the topic of relationships, before we do that, I just want to point out Kkotsoonie, who's like, she's like eating that thing. She's like in a trance.
Yeah, she's like sunbathing and
so cute,
eating her little treat. Hey,
Kkotsoonie. She's busy. Leave her alone.
Yeah.
Anyway, on the topic of relationships, this is kind of like a weird thing, and I feel like we talk about this in the news a lot, but like cheating in a relationship. You know what I mean? So I think everybody might have a different perception of what cheating might be.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because like there's different levels of cheating. Obviously, there's like emotional cheating and physical cheating,
right.
and like, you know, there's also like cheating behind your back, and I guess all cheating is behind your back. There's also the open relationship aspect of things.
Right.
Like, what do you think? Like, if you were in a relationship, knowing your personality, what would you label as something that is cheating?
If I was in a relationship, what would my definition of cheating be?
Yeah, because like I think you and I are going to differ on this a little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
I think. Okay. What do I define as cheating? I think. Let's say I had a girlfriend. She went out. If she was flirting with another guy, obviously, I consider it cheating.
Okay.
If you're contacting another dude behind my back and lying about it, that's cheating. You know what I mean?
Okay.
If you're, God forbid, if you're like sleeping with someone else, of course that's cheating. Okay. I mean, like, but I think like cheating, I think is a very like, it's not a subjective thing. It's like objective, as in like there's only one definition.
I don't think that way though.
Really, you think it's subjective?
You know, so I did a reality dating show years ago, and I made a very unpopular take that people did not like.
What did you say?
So basically, I was like, okay, so say you're in a workplace, right? And you haven't seen The Office, so you don't know, but you're in the workplace, but you have like a boyfriend or girlfriend, but you develop a sort of an innocent, the key word innocent, fascination with another person, but you never, ever, ever let it develop into like, how do I say it? Liking someone. Or I wouldn't even say that, because I would say like you could develop a mild, innocent crush on someone, but I wouldn't necessarily consider that cheating. You know what I'm saying? Because like, for example, because you can say I had a girlfriend. I love my girlfriend. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I developed like, I think an innocent crush or fascination with someone, but never ever let it get anything more than that. Like, cause like you can't help how you might think about another person. You see what I'm saying? Like if like, oh, that person's like really nice. Like, oh, he's so like, you know, he's cute. You can think that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know, you might be like, oh, like, you know, maybe in another life, if this was another time, you know, something like you can have, your mind can go down that. It's not like you can control that.
Yeah.
And as long as you don't let that evolve into anything else, then I don't consider that cheating.
I agree with you.
You know what I mean? Like, you can't help what your mind thinks.
Because you can be in a relationship and you can just look at someone and be like, objectively, like, oh, this person's attractive.
I'm not talking about attraction. I'm talking about...
Well, no, I'm saying whether it be like, they're attractive, whether it be like their physical looks or their personality. Like, oh, this person has a really nice personality. Like, oh, like, I really like their personality. But as long as you don't expound upon that and act upon like that, like, urge, you know what I mean?
Like, you can be like, oh, I could see myself dating that person. In another reality, it might have worked, you know?
Yeah.
I don't think that's cheating, but some people do think that's cheating. And I'm like, okay, so what? You want this person to like think about, you know, your significant other 24/7, like forever? Like, that's not how the world works. That's not how the humans work, you know?
Yeah. I mean,
like,
I agree with you.
You can't help that.
Yeah.
And I said this on this dating show, and people in the comments were eating me up. They were like, you unfaithful bastard. Like, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, okay, thought police. Like, what the hell? Like, you know, what do you want me to do? Like, I can't help what my mind thinks, you know? So like, but I mean, I would like, never ever act on something like that.
Right. I think like as long as like just your thoughts stay his thoughts. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's like totally fine.
Yeah, like, you know,
like that's like everyone. What do you mean? Like, sometimes I'll watch a movie, like, you know, I have a big fat crush on Gal Gadot.
Wonder
like,
Woman.
You know what I mean? Like, if I had a girlfriend, like, I'd be like, damn, Gal Gadot's cute. You know what I mean? Like, maybe in another life. Yeah, you know what I mean? Maybe in another life. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, I have thoughts like that. You know what I mean? Like
another life where you're in Hollywood.
Like that, and, like, it'd still be like, it's just innocent. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like that's what I mean. Like, you can have like but I mean, you don't know Gal Gadot.
I mean, she's obviously like, you know.
But I think it's also important that if you have someone that you know likes you, but you want to maintain a friendship with this person, I don't think that's necessarily wrong either. I think as long as you draw the line and you make sure that person knows that it is never going to be anything more than and to give that up and just be your friend, I think that's totally fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Okay, so if a friend had a crush on you and you laid down the line and you told them like it's never gonna be anything more than this, I'm already in like a relationship, stop it. I'm gonna have to disagree with you on this because
if they don't stop, then that's a problem.
Exactly, because I think humans are, like we talked about it a little earlier, like humans can be selfish. You know what I mean?
Oh, of course.
Especially when it comes to like love, right? It's like the heart wants what it wants. You know what I mean?
Doesn't it?
So I think, you know what I mean? Like in that type of situation, I would just kind of like further like distance myself from that person. Do you know what I mean? Just out of respect for, you know, my significant other, because let's say my significant other had a male friend who was super into her and like they just like still kept it amicable. She's like, oh, he's still just a friend. You know, he likes me, but you know, like we're going to go out and get coffee or something. Like I'd be like, no, you're not. Like, what are you talking about? It doesn't necessarily mean I don't trust her. It's just I don't trust him. You don't know what kind of game that guy has. You know what I mean? You don't know what kind of bullshit he's gonna try to pull. You know what I mean? I guess I am a little jealous in those regards. But you know what I mean?
You don't find yourself to be a jealous type person?
I think I'm a jealous person.
I don't really think I'm as jealous.
But I do think jealousy is to some degree needed in a relationship.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Like if you're just like all willingly free, like oh, like do whatever you want, like go hang out with whoever. Like no. Like that's not right. I
don't necessarily like. I'm not gonna say that I'm not jealous at all, but I don't think I have like severe jealousy issues. I know some people in my life that are like some of the like unreasonably jealous, like to like an insane degree.
Right.
And I think a lot of it's it can also be cultural too. I don't know.
Let me give you a situation.
Okay.
You had a significant other,
right?
And they were gonna hang out with a group of friends, but someone in that group likes your significant other. And you know this.
Okay.
And your significant other also knows this.
Okay.
But they're going to go out to drink.
And are you okay did she lay down the line already?
She laid on the line, but this guy, you know, like, just because she laid on the line doesn't mean this guy's going to stop, you know.
What are you going to do, like Bill Cosby situation?
Like, no, as in, like, let's say, like, he just keeps pursuing it. Throughout the night, like, he gets a little drunk and he starts, like, you know, like, let's say, like, putting his arm around her, or, you know what I mean? Getting a little too close, getting a little too comfortable.
I would trust my girlfriend enough to stop that situation. And in that situation, I would want at least a certain level of communication with her during all of this. If that happened, plus it's not just the two of them either. There's other people there.
I mean, yeah.
So in that situation, I would have to trust my girlfriend, and if he started doing that, I would expect her, because she already laid on the line, I would expect her to at that point cut ties. But I'm not going to say, or I'm not going to demand that you don't go out with your friends. Like, I expect you to 정리해, figure out that situation with that guy after that night and be like, look, this isn't working. I laid my things down. You're not respecting my, you know, situation. Yeah. At that point, but if it continued happening even after that and she didn't figure out, you know, tell him to back up or not hang out with him anymore and she kept doing it, then it's a problem.
Yeah.
I think there's a really fine line between trying to be too controlling over your significant other, and I think the level of trust there, like, I don't consider I wouldn't even date a girl that was completely unable to handle her own business. You know what I mean?
Like you said, like if it was like my significant other like went to go out or something, I would let them know. I wouldn't demand that they didn't go, but I'd be like, you know what? Honestly, I'm a little uncomfortable with the situation. I mean, it's your life. Like, do what you want to do. Those are your friends. Blah blah blah. But just me, I feel very uncomfortable with that. That's all you need to know. You know what I mean? Like, I think I would say something like that. You know what I mean?
Well, that's fair. You can say that because a relationship is a two-person thing, you know.
Like, okay, what do you think is worse? Do you think in a cheating situation, do you think emotionally cheating or physically cheating is worse?
I think they're both bad.
I think they're both bad. But if you had to add one or the other,
physical.
I think physical's worse.
Physical's way worse.
Oh yeah.
Because then I'd be like, you know what I mean? Like every time I look at you, I'd be like, you know what I mean? I'm the type of person, like, I don't care how much I love someone. Like, I know me. Cheating is the bottom line. I will end it and I will never talk to you again. Like that there's no, like, what do you call it? Reconciling or anything like that. If that's the case, like, yeah, you can't fix that. You've already, like, that's the biggest betrayal of trust I think you could possibly make. Right. Now, and like I said, because you can go from an innocent fascination to someone to emotionally cheating. I think that's a very easy line to cross.
Oh yeah.
But you have to have good mind control and you have to be able to really recognize your relationship with your current girlfriend or boyfriend.
Yeah.
To be able to control that situation without it going crazy.
Yeah.
So I would expect this. I would expect that rather than cheating, because this is the type of person I am. Like, if I would never cheat on anybody because I am a type of person that's super guilty. Yep. Like, I feel the guilt is crushing on stuff like that for me.
Yeah.
Like, so I would rather just, even though it sucks, break up, and then you can do whatever you want.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like, then, like, I have no excuse to be super sad when, she might physically cheat on me or whatever.
Yeah.
And definitely, I don't want to be the person to have to find out that you've been cheating because I don't think there's anything that could be more painful than that, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You also mentioned this earlier. Open relationships. What do you think about open relationships? So
I could never.
I'm assuming open relationship means you guys are, let's say, together, but just sexually, you guys are open to sleeping with other people. That's what an open relationship is, I
don't think it's sustainable at all. I know that some people do this, and if that's your thing, cool. Like, that's awesome. Like, you can handle that.
Swingers? Is that what they call them?
Yeah, a lot of swingers do that. Yeah. But swingers, I think it's mostly physical.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
can an open relationship be like? I guess you could also
that's
have
like polygamy. Like, you date like you have like 8 girlfriends. Like, you have like your girlfriend and then like 10 concubines. Like, that's like what I'm not talking about that because that would never work with me.
Oh
like,
yeah, no.
I mean, if this was like the 1700s and I was royalty or something, maybe. But like, you know what I mean? Like, that's not just I can't. I don't think I could do that. Like I said, I said I'm not that jealous, but if I had to share my girlfriend with like 10 other dukes or something, like there's no way. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a little
That's why, like, listen, open relationships to me is like, okay, you're emotionally dating me, but you're physically dating me plus like all these other Johns. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's not going to work for me.
Yeah.
Because then I also feel like, I'm like, I'm not providing enough or, I'm not up to par. Like, that's how I would take it, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'd just rather not date anybody. Some people can do that. I mean, that's cool. I mean, some people are like, all right, whatever. Like, I'll go bang all these people everywhere and, whatever. Yeah. I mean, if that works, that's cool with you, Wrong is wrong to me. That's a very black and white situation. I don't think when it comes to this, cheating is black and white. There's no gray. There's no silver. There's no rainbow. There's none of that. You know what I mean? So I think that you just got to establish very clearly what your needs are and that both parties should acknowledge that and take that into consideration when you're dating this person. I just think that's how it is. That's the reality of it. Because not everybody, for example, some relationships don't necessarily have to have a physical aspect to it. Some people don't do that.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Depends on the individual, right?
Yeah, and some people have different needs than other people. So it's, that's just how it is.
Yeah.
So like, that's why compatibility is so important in a relationship,
Yeah.
But never betray someone by going and cheating with someone or something like that. Because what does my book say about it? Like, your girlfriend cheats on you. Oh, kick that bitch to the curb. Good idea. Yeah. So, I mean, like, that's just how it is for me. I mean, I don't really.
Yeah. I mean, everyone in relationships or that are looking to get into relationships, I mean, you guys do you. Obviously, you guys know what's best for, yourselves. But, yeah, I mean, just like we said, cheating is obviously not the best situation.
And cheating, let me specify this again. Getting drunk and sleeping with someone else is not an excuse. Just because you're really good friends with this person and then it turns into like, he or she gobeques or like confesses to you, it's not an excuse. Gigolos, hookers, escorts are all not excuses, okay? They're all cheating. So take a chapter from my book into consideration and don't put up with it and don't commit it, okay? Case closed. If you do, I sentence you all to death.
Oh my God.
Anyway, I think it's time we moved on to viral issues. What do you think?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, take it away, Aron.
Here we go. Here we go.
There you go. So for today's viral issues, Kkotsoonie will be joining us.
Yes, she decided to come up.
She's done with her treat.
Yeah, she's done with her treat, so Kkotsoonie, say hi.
She's so cute. Hey, Kkots. Oh, cutie.
Yeah.
All right, so let's start with the first one.
This is your viral video.
My viral video.
This week, let's see.
Check it.
Let's see what it do.
My plane ride from Nashville to Houston. Majority of us were strangers.
Mimi, don't. Half of us here. Mimi got half the Nashville on this flight.
It's got to be Spirit Airlines. Has to be.
Shawty, let's ride. Real still spinning, so shawty, let's ride. She asking me why I don't get high. This bitch I made 50 off a 3.5.
Oh, that's cute.
You would not be annoyed by this? I would be so annoyed.
I mean, honestly, if it was my flight, I'd be annoyed.
Like, even the comments. I was reading the comments. And, like, listen, it looks like a ton of fun. Like, I love stuff, like, atmospheres like this. Like, it's very fun to me. Yeah. However, there's a time and a place because there ain't no way that I won't be on a flight because I don't like flying. I'm not saying I'm afraid of flying, but it's very uncomfortable for me. And I'm not, I get very anxious on airplanes.
Yeah.
I don't like being contained. Listen, you know, it's aluminum, damn it, as you know I say.
Yes.
So I don't want to be like doing all this and like people being loud and stuff. I just want silence. You know what I mean? I just, I don't want it to be uncomfortable. This annoys me.
Yeah, I mean, if it was my flight, I'd be annoyed. But just as a viewer of this video, I think there's something very like sweet about people like getting together and just having a good time.
I mean, I get that.
Yeah.
I get that, but I think you do that when you land in a more appropriate place that's not an airplane. Because I'm sure that there were people on this flight that were like annoyed as hell.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, there's time and a place for everything, like you said.
Yeah.
Maybe in the middle of a flight isn't the right moment, but
yeah.
If it was my flight, I'd be a little annoyed.
Like if this was happening at the beach or like in a bar or something, I'm down. Like when we went to Guam, it was basically like this.
Oh yeah.
When we were drinking with that big Samoan dude or whatever with the big arms.
Oh yeah, we went to like a karaoke bar.
Yeah, it was lit in there, and we were just drinking with random American people. It was really fun.
They bought us like a bucket of beers.
He's like, "Hey man, I like you, man," and then he just like bought us a whole bunch of beers. He's like, "If you guys sing, I'll get you some more." So we sang.
And he was like, "Hey man, if you guys like during like your stay here, if there's any problems, like give us a call." And we're like, "Okay." And then
I'll be the first to call that guy. He'll beat up anybody.
And on the way home, I was like, the guy never gave us his number.
Yeah, it was just drunk rambling. Oh, we should really revisit that trip.
Man, that guy was huge.
Listen,
he was like at least 260.
If I had his number and like some shit went down, I would have called in with the quickness, man. That guy will beat up anybody.
He was chill though.
Yeah, it was really fun. Oh, I still have that video of me singing "Dream On." We might have to revisit Guam because there was
with the owner of the store.
Yeah, wait, I don't know. It was just me.
No, you sing. No, yeah, with the owner of the store, the bald guy. Do you remember?
No.
You guys sang together.
I was very drunk. I don't remember. Oh, that was good. We should take another trip overseas.
Yeah, we got very drunk at Guam.
Too much.
Very drunk. Yeah.
And then, this is like a small little detour here that I was like really hungover the next day. And the whole deal was that when we were there, I would pay for all the meals. And Aron was like, I want McDonald's. And he made me go outside to get McDonald's at like 9 a.m. And I was like so hungover. And it was hot as hell. And I was sweating. I had to walk like a couple hundred meters. I was like, oh, this sucks.
Yeah. Guam was a fun trip.
Yeah. We got to do that again. That was fun.
We do have to do like a Korean Cowboys
hell yeah, we do.
Soon, yeah.
So we go Busan. No, not Busan. No, we're not going there. No. Anyway, we're moving on to Aron's viral video. Let's check it out. Listen, you want to see? Here we go.
This is like a very like lighthearted like.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. 1278.
Wait, what happened?
1278.
I ain't even ordered yet, big bro.
1278. Pull to the window.
Well, let me get a double Western bacon cheese.
Yes. A double Western bacon cheeseburger, extra barbecue sauce with 3 tenders, 2 ranch, and 2 barbecue sauces. Why are you playing Trout, Demetrius, Jefferson, Lopez?
Well, damn, baby. How you know it's me?
You only gotta come to my drive-thru sing. You're at 2:55 p.m. And I can smell that cheap-ass roast cologne.
Hey, you good, baby. You need a raise. But, yeah, let me get that in a chocolate shake. Yeah, let me get a chocolate shake. You know I wanted a chocolate shake since you know everything. Yeah, let me add a chocolate shake.
Look at this window. Stop playing with me. I just clocked in. You lactose intolerant. You don't drink no milk. Fuck. 1278. Pull up to this window.
Hey, you good? You good, baby.
You know what?
It's like funny.
I could see you doing that to me if I was working at McDonald's or wherever this is.
I could totally like see.
I would be so mad.
Like messing with you, like if you're at work or something.
I probably would have spit in your food, though. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh my god, it just made me laugh because like.
What is wrong with Ross? By the way, when I go to the States, I go to Ross and I get cologne there.
Ross,
what is the problem? Where is the beef? Ross and TJ Maxx. That's my spot.
I mean, like growing up, like right next to my house was a Ross.
Mm-hmm.
So my mom used to always take us there. And honestly, like back in the day, I was like a little embarrassed. Like, I don't want to buy clothes at Ross. But like now, like,
Ross has got good clothes. They're just clearance.
Yeah.
They have hella Under Armour. I wear a lot of Under Armour, right? Because like my family loves to wear Under Armour. And it doesn't cost that much in the States, but it costs a lot here. Mm-hmm. So I rock, it's like wearing Gucci. You know what I mean? It's like expensive sportswear.
Yeah.
So and they're like, dang, where'd you get all this Under Armour? I'm like, oh, well, it's when you're on my caliber. Meanwhile, I buy it for like $9.99 at Ross or TJ Maxx.
Yeah. I can smell that cheap ass Ross cologne from here.
Meanwhile,
just like videos like this make me laugh. That's funny.
I would do this to you. Actually, I would purposely mess up your order just to mess with you. Actually, wait, hold on. I used to work at a cafe, and you used to kind of do this to me.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? You would come in and he would just like stare at me through the outside of the window and like just like smile and like just really annoy me. You don't remember this? I remember this very clearly. And you go there just to like annoy me.
What do you mean? Because at the time, like the people that were like running the store were like you and like a few other of our friends. So just go there and hang out with you guys all the time.
No. It wasn't just to come out. You would park his car and then stand right in front of the window because there were like big glass folding doors. And he would just stand there and just stare. And then he would like smirk. And I'd be like, okay, what's your problem? Ever since you started thawing, like, you've been messing with me. Like, you know what I mean? The only time I ever was okay with it was when he brought Noah when he was a puppy because he was really cute. And I don't think I ever saw Noah before that. So I was like, oh, cute baby.
Hi.
But.
Yeah. I mean, if you ever like worked at a place like that again, I would definitely mess with you. For sure.
One day when you're working a job like that, we'll see.
Okay.
I'll be around.
Good. You can sit down. Anyways, let's go on to our news articles.
Okay, so we're going to start off with the news article. So this one is a little bit sad, but I have a lot to say about this. A mom of 5 shared a heartbreaking video after no one showed up to her little girl's birthday party, and she later revealed that she had cut contact with family members. A mom has spoken of her heartbreak after no one turned up to her young daughter's birthday party, including members of her own family. Mom of 5, Amber, I think that's right, splashed out 320 pounds to give her little girl a special day, getting a bouncy castle and decorating her back garden, as well as providing food and drinks for guests. But not a single person showed up, and no one called or messaged to let the family know they weren't coming. She revealed that the next morning they got plenty of phone calls, plenty of text messages, but the damage was done. Amber vowed she will never have a party again. It's not going to happen. And she said she has ceased contact with those family members.
That's
sad.
It's sad. Yeah.
Now is the time that I admit that the same thing happened to me in 2nd grade. And it was traumatic.
Yeah, I think more so like than the parent. I think like for the kid, it's like a traumatic experience. You know what I mean?
So have I ever told this story before?
No. So
when I was in 2nd grade, when you're 2nd grade, you have your class and you go and hand out invitations to everybody and everybody just kind of comes,
Yeah.
So my dad got all these invitations or whatever, and then he gave them to me like on a Monday. My birthday was on a Sunday.
Right.
I was supposed to give them out on Monday. I did not give them out until Friday, right at the end of the school day. So this is my fault, technically. Yeah. And also, it happened to be Super Bowl Sunday. So I ended up having a party at the bowling alley. And, people used to do that, the bowling alley or like, stuff like that at the play place at McDonald's or whatever.
Yeah.
And no one showed up. And my dad was livid. He was super pissed. So he called these parents and he was like, a lot of those kids didn't even end up giving the invitation to their parents. You know what I mean? Because you give it to your parents, and because you know what I mean? Because they come back on a Friday, everyone's excited it's the weekend or whatever.
Yeah.
So it was not anybody's fault except for my own that no one showed up. Although I will shout out my friend Andrew Puffenberger, who
what?
Andrew Puffenberger.
Puffenberger.
Yeah, that was his last name.
Okay.
And he showed up. So we ended up not hanging out at the bowling alley. He came back to my house and we played PlayStation, and it was really fun. But that was my fault. But I mean, still to this day, I do not. You know this. I do not have birthday parties. To this day, I don't do birthday parties because I don't know. I felt it feels very burdensome to have to invite people, and then like if people don't show up, then I feel like in a certain kind of way. Like I don't like having birthday parties. So when it's my birthday, at most I'll come hang out with you and like a few other friends, but I never plan anything. I refuse to do it.
Yeah,
it's kind of traumatic a little bit actually.
Yeah,
for a second grader, I was like 8 years old.
Yeah,
you know?
I don't think like anything like that's ever happened to me, but yeah, I work the same way. Like I don't really like having birthday parties, but I do like just getting like friends together, like close friends, and like eating gogi or something, and like just getting drinks.
See, then it's just like any other hangout. See, when I see people that have these huge elaborate birthday parties and like they invite like 20 30 people and stuff like this, first of all, I ain't even try. I love my friends, but I don't even think I have 20 or 30 friends. I think I got like 5, you know what I mean, max. And I have no interest in inviting all these people to my birthday party. Number one, I gotta pay for them, and I don't want to do that. And y'all can keep your gifts, because I don't really like gifts even on my birthday. I'm just like, you know what, let me just hang out with the people that I really care about, and that's it. I don't need any more than that.
I'm the same way as you.
Yeah, like, so I don't understand when people have birthday parties that are like loaded with people, and there's like chandeliers and crystals, you know, pouring and all this stuff. Like, that's not for me. Like, I just.
Yeah, I mean, do you like do?
Yeah,
you
I mean, you can do what you want, but like, you know, and I don't even like going to parties like that. So like, I might, you know, swing by, but you know, I mean, I'm not trying to like hang out and kick it for 20 years with all these people that I barely know. It's not for me. I'll invite Aron and like a handful of other people, and that's it.
Although I do feel bad for the 5-year-old.
I do too. I don't know. Like, there's no context about like why no one showed up. That's pretty screwed up.
Yeah. See, like if I sent out invitations for like my child's birthday in advance, and like it's family members too, you know what I mean? And no one, like, if you're busy that day, you can at least give me a text or a call saying, hey, I don't think I can make it. I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah.
Just a ghosting situation.
It's a ghosting situation. That's not the right way to go about it.
And I mean, if you're all adults and you got adult things to do and you got a job and all this stuff, and okay, a birthday party might not be realistic. Okay, I understand that. But these are little kids. That's very different. And it's very, like, look at me. Like, it can shape the way you perceive things like parties and stuff. Like, because of that, I don't like having them now. So like, you know, I think it's very detrimental and important to.
I think especially when you're younger, I think it is important to have like birthday parties with friends and family. You know what I mean?
No, I always did. I think when you're a kid, you mostly do that. You do the opening presents thing and the cake and the
go to Chuck E. Cheese.
Go to Chuck E. Cheese's or you know anything like that. Like, it's a big part of childhood. And I have a lot of good memories from my birthday parties.
Oh yeah.
But you know, I had birthday parties after that.
Yeah.
But you know, because we were little kids. But yeah, not a big fan. But I feel sorry for the girl. Your family should be ashamed for doing that.
Next year, invite us. We'll go to your birthday party.
I'm not trying to fly to the UK for some little girl I don't know.
Well, if you decide to have it in Korea, we'll be there.
Have it in Seoul. We'll get a party room or something.
We'll rent out a party room for you or something.
Yeah, but sad. Yeah. And you know, the last news article was just kind of another cheating one. So we already talked about that enough. So I think we'll just wrap it up here.
Yeah.
Hey, Goats, did you enjoy today's show, baby?
She's a little tired.
That little
You like our new studio? Oh, Goats. Gotta go home. She's shedding a lot too because the weather's changing. Anyways, guys, we're gonna wrap up today's episode here. We talked about chivalry. We talked about cheating in relationships. We watched viral videos and we did our little news articles. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you guys did, make sure to leave us a comment, leave us a like on the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and share with your family and friends.
And your dog and your grandma. And you know what? You can leave a comment even if you don't agree with the things we say, because you know what?
We're open to
discussion.
Discourse.
This is a college course.
Yeah.
And also be sure to check out our Korean Cowboys clips page where you can find all of our content. I'll just cut a little bit more so you know you don't have to sit here for an hour or however long this video is going to be.
Yes.
And yeah, look forward to more Korean Cowboys coming to you soon.
All right, everyone. We're going to log off now. Sign off now. And we'll see you guys next week. 3, 2, 1. Yeehaw! Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Kkotsoonie, say bye.
Bye, Kkotsoonie. Say bye.
Okay.
She's busy.
God, she's so cute.